Now, I'm not one to gossip, but I will bring you the tea. Welcome to Chronicle Speaks.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Your girl Wendy Williams stays in hot water, and I actually think she likes testing the waters. Recently, she made a comment that has everybody thinking she was talking about rapper Nicki Minaj. On yesterday's show, she said this.
There's this soon-to-be washed-up rapper who can't keep my name out of its mouth. And I love it. I sit here like, okay, keep talking.
Ooh.
Say some more.
Nice, Wendy. Yeah.
A few weeks ago, Wendy did what Wendy does best, and that's talk about whatever is going on and give her opinion on it. At the time, Nicki Minaj had just gotten married to Kenneth Petty, and let's just say, Wendy called him everything but a child of God. She even threw Nicki Minaj's brother underneath the bus. Take a listen to this.
And can you imagine a burgeoning belly with these burgeoning hips? I mean, the plastic of it all. You know what I mean? And she's gonna have a big belly, and she's short, and she's got the boobs and the hips. And I don't know what he does for a living. I just know that he did time in jail for, he's a sex offender. Well, she's no stranger to that, because her in jail for
sex offending.
For sex offending. Well, first-degree manslaughter. Now, he served 7 years in prison, and he's also a sex offender. So that means that is a manslaughter a killer? That's okay, so he's a killer and a sex offender. Well, Nicki, congratulations.
After Nicki heard that, she got on her show, Queen Radio, and she went in on Wendy. Take a listen to this.
We always mention people's past, and that's not what God does. Mr. Wendy P. Williams. I mean Pendy. Pendy Prince on. But that's why Kevin was on that island chilling, and I can't. You sat up there being vicious all this time and paid for that man's mistress for all these years. Child. You paid for her shopping sprees. You paid for her hotels. You probably even paid for her GYN bills, bitch. You paid to have that baby delivered, ho.
There's this soon-to-be washed-up rapper who can't keep my name out of its mouth.
So many started to feel that Wendy Williams could have possibly been talking about 50 Cent, but she said soon to be washed up rapper, and we all know that 50 Cent has not rapped in a while, and Wendy is very clear with her words to make sure that she does not imply the rapper is a male or a female. Wendy, you better be careful, sis. Now, what you don't want is Nicki or Kenneth sending their goons your way. Now, speaking of sending goons, child, it wouldn't be the first time. Wendy already implied that Total was wanting to jump her at one time, and according to Robyn Crawford, her and Whitney were ready to put the pause on Wendy as well. On today's episode, Wendy had a sit down with Robyn, and although Robyn seemed more poised and laid back than her previous interview, she also seemed like she was ready to get it on and popping with Wendy if need be. Robyn let it be known that back in the day, she and Whitney did not appreciate Wendy putting their business out there, and they was gonna wait up for it and have a talk. Wendy let it be known that her mouth is constantly writing checks that her ass can't cash, honey. Take a look at this.
You know, I was in a helicopter flying over the wedding because I'm Wendy on the radio, and the radio station, they got me a helicopter to fly over the wedding. I saw the big H in the pool. I saw you all doing your thing, and I came back to the radio and talked about it. That radio interview that I did with Whitney, because I've never met Whitney. I had never met her.
You talk like you
well, that's what I do. Look, I've only seen her in concert once, and that was at the Beacon Theater in Boston when I was a burgeoning radio star in college radio, and she was in that concert with Jermaine. And then I've only talked to her once, and that was on the radio. And that was that interview. Well, don't knock my hustle, Robyn Crawford.
That interview, I heard that interview. I got a call from my former assistant. I wasn't working with Whitney. And she said, Whitney's gonna be on Wendy Williams. I said, what do you mean she's gonna be on Wendy? Turn on the radio.
Uh-oh.
And that was a cumulative, fed up Whitney Houston that I heard. And
Fed up with me or fed up with the world?
you have been talking about Whitney and myself for so long.
Well, that's what I do, and it all came true. It's in the book. Like a lot of things that I said are in this book. Now,
Well, a lot of things that you were saying. I mean, it was a long day's work. We get in the car, the radio is on. Everyone lived by the radio back then. We're in the car, and you're talking like you live with us, like you're roommates with us. We'd be in the car, we'd be sitting still, and Whitney would say, who is she? Who is this woman? I don't even know what she looks like. You were gonna
jump me?
We were gonna go. We didn't know what you looked like. And
Okay.
our plan was to go down to Hudson Street and squat like Khalif, waiting for you, right outside the house.
Robyn, I can't even fight. I would have run.
You know what?
Oh my gosh.
We weren't gonna fight. We just wanted to see you face to face and have a chat.
I'm frightened. Oh my gosh, I dodged that bullet.
So, y'all gave me hell on that last Robyn video, child. Y'all let me have it, honey. Now, I still feel like this is a bit of a financial gain for Robyn. Sis could have done an interview, left it at that, did an open letter or something, but to profit off of this press run, I can't really say that she did not want a piece of the pie like everyone else was getting. However, in watching this interview, I can tell that this woman was madly in love with Whitney and probably still loved her up until the day she died. No different from Bobby Brown. I think Whitney Houston just had that effect on people. Now, Robyn spoke of the connection that these two had and how Whitney went to LA to be with Jermaine Jackson and how she could feel something happened between the two of them and was hurt because Whitney did not tell her about it. But the pain that Robyn showed when finding out that Whitney died is really what showed me her true feelings and made me a believer that this woman does or did care about Whitney Houston.
Finally, the woman that we were having dinner with, fast forward to her, she asked could she answer her phone because her sister had called a number of times. She wanted to make sure everything was okay. And she finally hung up the phone, but she did midway through our conversation, she went, I was like, everything all right? She said, indicating nothing. And she hung up the phone and she said, my sister is this huge Whitney Houston fan and they say she passed. Then I looked at my phone and it was Wendy Williams, who was the attorney for our girl group, which was the last project that Whitney and I worked on. After I left the company, we worked on that together still. And I asked her, is it true? And she said, I think so, Robyn.
Last and certainly not least, Wendy asked Robyn what she felt about this Whitney Houston hologram tour. Girl, that look on her face, child.
So now, the hologram tour. What are your thoughts on Whitney as a hologram? Perfect.
If you don't know, Pat Houston, real name Pat Garland, because she's not a Houston child, but we'll get into that another day. Pat Houston is trying to profit off of Whitney's name, as she always has, and she is setting up a hologram tour. The cash cow is no longer here. Chrissy is no longer here for Pat to gain any type of income from her, so she's gonna use this hologram, and Whitney is going on tour, and in my opinion, this is completely disgusting, and it seems like Robyn feels the same way. All in all, it was a great interview. However, Robyn talks very, very slow, so Wendy was trying to get everything out of her that she could. She had to cut hot topics. She didn't really get to do much else on the show. However, this was a good interview. I think a lot of people are going to actually go out and pick up this book and read it. It's probably going to be a lot of blogs and things about it. I may actually go get it myself and see what's going on and give y'all the tea, honey. Anyway, what I need to do is hear from you. Firstly, what do you feel about this Wendy Williams and Nicki Minaj beef? Do you think she was trying to throw shots at Nicki? And if so, why didn't she say her name? Secondly, what do you think about this Robyn Crawford and Wendy Williams interview? Do you think Robyn was wrong going on the Wendy Williams show, considering Wendy and Whitney had drama? Leave a comment and you know how we do. We'll talk about it down below. Talk to you guys later. Bye. In this video, I want to tell you about a company called Ash Kicking. Now, you know your girl Chronicles would not promote a company without doing one of those thorough Chronicle Speaks investigations, honey, and Ash Kicking definitely passed the test. Y'all make sure to check out ashkicking.com for one of the best 100% natural home fragrance and beauty products, honey, and use my code Chronicles at checkout for an extra 15% off just for you. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of my new episodes.